entry to producing came from DJing. You know, I got pictures of me like as a shorty with a crazy afro, like 2 years old, running around with records in my hand. You know, I've been DJing since I was a kid, and it was just a natural progression. You go from playing other people's music at parties to wanting to make your own music. You know, you get your own ideas. All throughout grammar school and high school, I had, you know, little beat machines, but nothing was never anything crazy. And then once I got to college, I started to take it more seriously. Stayed in school, I think, for like 3 years. I only had like a year left to graduate, but then I had a chance during that winter break to get an internship at this one studio called The Cutting Room. Basically, I just made that decision and left school. Got the internship at the studio, had my ASR 10. Interning in that studio gave me a chance to really see how records were made. First, like, real record I ever did was this record for $500,000 called Fire in Hell. I did stuff like I did Killer Priest, Big Pun on his second album, Yeah Baby. The real break came from working with Jay-Z The Dynasty album. And I didn't even have no singles on that album, but it was just that I did the majority of the album. I did more tracks than any other producer on there. So, you know, whenever a Jay album comes out, it's like an event. Everybody's looking at the credits. And even if it didn't matter that I didn't have any singles, my name was on like every other record. So automatically, the phones just started ringing 5 times crazier, and the rest was pretty much history. Right now, we got Saigon, who's the first artist on my situation with Atlantic, called Fort Knox. I hooked up with him about 7 months ago. You know, we just started demoing records, kind of feeling each other out. Cause you know, like, you can have a good artist and you can have a good producer. Doesn't mean they're gonna make a whole bunch of good records together. 99% of the rappers that came to me, you know, they're all killers, and they all sell a lot of crack, and you know, they smoke a lot of weed, and they got a lot of girls, and they got a lot of cars. I got tired of it. Like, B, if you was really selling all this and having all of this, you wouldn't be living where you're at. You wouldn't be rapping for me right now. You'd be out hustling or killing somebody. You know, I just got tired of so many people that rapped about it but didn't do it. Do what you do instead of seeing what's on TV or on the radio and trying to imitate that. Nowadays, you buy an album and it's you might see the producers' names before you see the song titles, like right on the sticker on the front. You'll see with production by the Neptunes, Just Blaze, Kanye West, Timbaland, and Swiss Beats. And then they'll tell you what songs on the album. So it's kind of like the producers have almost been pushed into the forefront. It's cool that, you know, people give the producers the recognition they deserve, because for a long time we never got that. But at the same time, I think people also use producers as, because we're so big now, people use them as a crutch and use us to sell albums. And it's like, yo, make good records. 1 2 1 2, y'all know what it is. This is your boy Just Blaze. We in Baseline with Blow Magazine, all up in your area. Jersey's in the building. Fort Knox is in your area. How?